So for this trick, find 2 cards that are the same suit, and then 2 more cards that are the same color and suit. Oh, I lied. Not the same suit, same color. So for example, I like to use the 2 red aces and then the 2 black queens. But you might want to do 2 red 7s and 2 black 9s, right? You can do anything you want. So I'm going to find, here's my 2 red aces, and then let me find the 2 black queens. I like to do the reds and the blacks for contrast. Awesome. So again, once you get those, everyone let me know once you get those out. Cool, you got yours? Okay, again, anything you'd like. Perfect. All right, there's my slide. You can keep it with you in your hand. So how you're going to position the cards now is whichever cards you want them to see. So in the trick I performed, he saw the 2 aces, and then the queen showed up later, right? So whatever cards you want them to see, you want those to be the first and the 4th card. So I'm going to put an ace down first, and then I'm going to put the 2 cards that I don't want them to see between, and then the card that I want them to see on top. So again, mine is ace, queen, queen, ace, and they'll see both aces. They won't see the queens till the end. Cool? All right. So there's 2 ways to do this. I think it's easiest, I'll review the one way and then I'll do your way too. I think it's easiest to get a break under 4 cards from the beginning, okay? So you can set this up and then walk up to someone, and just like we did the push off with 2 cards, you're gonna do a push off, but then you're gonna come back with 4 cards. So I have a break under 4 cards now. Okay, cool. So once we're here, right, we start talking to someone, and the hardest part of this trick isn't the sleight of hand, it's how you talk with them, but we'll review that at the end, some tips for misdirection. So from here, we just take 1 card off the top. And when I do that, sometimes these cards slip, but no one notices. As soon as I take this away, just go ahead and straighten up the deck again with this hand. So we're just taking 1 card off, and we still have a break under 3 cards now. Perfect. So I go ahead and show them this card. Whatever you chose, say you chose a 2, right? I don't tell them to focus on the number, I tell them to focus on the suit. So this we'll call diamonds. If you chose a black card, so you would say, okay, well, we're gonna call this spade, all right? That's what you tell them to focus on. And then I put this back on the deck and pinch it with my thumb, not fully on top, kind of out jogged like this. I just do that because as I talk, I like to cover my pinky break. Sometimes I feel a little self-conscious, like people can see it, but you guys, you shouldn't be able to see it right now, correct? Right, so people probably won't, but I like to put this here just to cover it. So at this point, I ask the person, can they pinch their fingers like this? So I just demonstrate, it's just like a normal fist, and they're gonna pinch it between their thumb and their index finger right here. So I just demonstrate it, and they go right into position. Perfect. I'm gonna use the table for this, but this is gonna be someone's hand in real life, okay? So I put this, I remind them, I say, we're gonna put the diamond, in this case, into your hand, into the grip right here. Boom, it's there. Remember, now we have the grip under the 3 cards. Go ahead and do that triple lift. So just like the double lift, same thing. Pick it up. Oh, I lost mine there. Pick it up, spin it over, and put it down for a second, and say, okay, you have the diamonds, we're also gonna use the hearts for this. Or you have the spade, we're also gonna use the club. So you show them it briefly, and you turn it back over. And if you turn it and put it down, they won't be able to see that it's multiple cards. They just see you turning a card over. And at this point, you can let go of the break. You don't need it anymore, right? So one quick change, if you don't like it like that, there's one other thing you can do. So the way we just reviewed again was you get 4 cards here, pull off 1, talk about the first one, put it down, then flip 3, and then you can lose the break. Another way you can do it is if you don't feel comfortable with the break, you don't have to have it at the beginning. Just take off the first card, talk about this, right? Say, okay, we're gonna use the diamond for this. You put it in their hand, and then Alex, this was a great idea he had. You can tell them, all right, go ahead and check that card one last time. Make sure it's the diamond. So at this point, they're holding it like this. They might have to turn it in a weird way to look at it, but they're going to be looking at this card. And as you tell them to do that, that's when you can get now 3 cards into the break. So you just gave 1, so now you need 3. Perfect. So again, I like to get the break first, but if you feel more comfortable waiting to do that, you can do that as well. So at this point, we showed them the 3rd card, and now it's done, right? So this is now a different card. So I use a queen. I don't know which one it is. It's just a different one, right? You never show them this card. So as you saw me do in their hands, and we'll pretend like someone's holding this in their hand, I say, I'm going to do it very slowly now, but we'll do it faster in a second. I'm going to try to switch out the cards. So I put this one on top into their grip, and then I pull out the other one from the bottom. Okay? And I say, what card do I have in my hand here? right? And they knew that, for example, for me, they knew that they had the diamond in their hand, okay? Pranav, actually, do you mind helping me out for this next part?
Sure.
I just want to demonstrate something. So again, he has the diamond in his hand. I can say, all right, go ahead and check one last time, make sure that's the diamond. Perfect. We're also going to use the heart for this, okay? So I have the heart, you have the diamond. I remind him of that. I'm going to take the heart here. We'll do it slowly now, but faster in a second. I'm going to switch it out, right? So what card do I have here?
The
Diamond, right? And the biggest thing I'm doing here, I look awkward because I'm leaning across this, is I hold this card, right? Because if I just like switch it, I'm like, what card do we have here? The diamond. They can just easily turn their hand over, and then the whole trick's done. So after I go, so here's the diamond now. I have the queen. I say I'm gonna do it slowly now, faster in a second. What card do I have here?
Diamond.
The diamond. And then I show them. Never let go of this card. Never. No. People, but like you saw, like I did it and it looked normal to you guys. You didn't say anything, right? So because he's not gonna try to turn his hand over right now. So as soon as he says that, I just give him confirmation, and I say, okay, right? Now we're gonna do it faster. And what you do here, right, if it hold it really tightly, so if they're holding it really tight and you can't get in, you say loosen it up. Go ahead and loosen up a lot. Go ahead and loosen up. But if it's too loose, you say go ahead and tighten just a little bit, because you want to make it believable that you're switching. And literally all I'm doing is this, right? So it's like, right? And you say, oh, like I catch their attention. And at this point, I'm not holding the card, but I say immediately, oh, without looking, what card do you think is on top? And during that, like, I look up, they look up at me. If there's someone else here, I gesture, and that's when I do the top change, right? So I was like, what card do you think's on top? And then I immediately put it on top. So now both queens are there, and my two aces are here, right? And you can drag this out a little bit by saying, you know, like, oh, like, did you feel anything and all that? And at this point, I palm off cards, and then, like, I pull it out from somewhere else. That's a little more difficult. You don't have to do that. But while you're talking, I like to give the cards a cut so that later if they want to look, it's not on top. It looks like it disappears. So again, Pranav, you can help me out. I'm going to do it one more time for the camera the whole way through. Again, we have ace, 2 decoy cards, and then the other ace of the same color. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and catch my break here. Say, all right, we have this card here. We're going to use the ace of diamonds for this trick. You don't need to remember ace, just diamonds, okay? So I can put it here, remember? Can you go ahead and pinch your fingers like this for me? Awesome. So we're going to put the diamonds face down right here. For this trick, we're also going to use the heart, okay? So I have the heart and you have the diamond. I'm going to do it slowly now, but I'll do it faster in a second. I'm going to try to switch the heart out for the diamond, right? So I did it slowly there. What card do I have here?
The diamond.
The diamond, right? This time I'm going to do it again, but a little faster. I want you to see if it switches, okay? Go ahead and loosen your grip just a little bit. Wait, without looking, did you feel that? That was quick. Did you see it? What card do you think is on top right now, the heart or the diamond? And watch here. I cut the cards as they're thinking. What card do you think is on top, heart or the diamond?
The diamond.
Right, they can say anything they want. Someone else might be like, oh, I think it's the heart. Like, I don't know. And then I say, all right, go ahead and flip it over. And at this point, they're like, mind blown. And then if they want to look at the deck, the cards aren't on top when you do that cut.
Cool. So how did you, so for the second card, how did you put the second coin into it?
Second card, that was the top change there. So that's great. So again, so the 2 aces, we're gonna, let me get the aces back for this. That was a great question. So the first one is in their hand, right? We showed them the third card. Right, so that third card's never coming back. So now we do the slow switch. This one's already switched, right? So I show them this, boom, fake. And then as I'm talking, it's that top change that we talked about. So I top change it there, and then you put that on top. And then the 2 aces are here, and then the 2 decoy cards are there. Awesome.
Jay, I got a question.
Yes.
So why we like want them to feel like fake pudding or something?
Yeah.
Why we cannot like directly give the queen the other cards like because when we get the card like this one, like we just move it here and then like maybe give this one directly. We can change it directly. Why we need to like have that move? Yeah.
That could be a variation. I like to do the move again. Let me get the aces back, just because. So I think what you're saying is maybe we do at the beginning. So they have this one, right? We do a slow switch. So now they have this one. So you're saying like, why don't we switch it now and then actually give them the queen?
Yes.
I just think they're looking at your hands more here, and when you do this, it's really dramatic, and I get really dramatic. I'm like, oh, did you feel that? Did you feel that? And then like you look up at me, and then it makes this a lot easier. the change.
Okay.
So you could do that if you want. I just like to do it this way because it's more dramatic and it makes people feel like, oh, they switched something, and then when there's two new cards, then they're like, how did that happen?
Okay.
So that's something you could do.
Mm.